Classic car idles like a tractor hesitates when you step on the gas, or smells heavily of unburned fuel. Everybody tells you the same thing. Time to adjust the carburetors. And instantly, most people panic. They picture hours of guesswork, expensive diagnostic tools, or turning screws completely blind. But back in the day, mechanics had a brilliant, foolproof trick to let the engine tell you exactly what it needs without a single diagnostic computer. This video, we are going to look at the classic Piston Lift test to read your fuel mixture in real time. How a tiny 1 millimeter movement gives you instant feedback. And the ultimate beginner trap. How clockwise can mean richer on one Stromberg, but leaner on another Stromberg. If you're running a vintage Volvo, Triumph, Jaguar, MG or any European iron with these constant depression carbs, this is the rule of thumb you need to memorize. Patrick's Garage. And let's look at how this mechanism actually thinks. Before we turn a single screw, you have to understand the basics physics here. The Zenith Stromberg is a variable venturi constant depression carburetor. It doesn't rely on fixed butterflies for fuel metering like an American 4-barrel. Instead, it relies on engine vacuum. Inside this dome sits a heavy aluminum piston, and attached to the bottom of that piston is a tapered metering needle. When the engine idles, vacuum is low, and the piston sits low, keeping the needle deep inside the fuel jet. As you open the throttle, the engine sucks harder. The vacuum pulls the piston upward, the tapered needle lifts out of the jet, and more fuel flows to match the air. It's an incredibly elegant mechanical balancing act, and at idle, even a microscopic error in that balance ruins your performance. Here is the old school test. Get the engine completely up to operating temperature. Let it settle into its normal idle and come over to the carburetor. You want to manually lift this piston exactly 1/32 of an inch, just about 1 millimeter, no more nor less. By lifting it, you artificially introducing a tiny bit of extra air. Now, listen closely to how the engine reacts over the next 3 seconds. Scenario A. The RPM picks up slightly, then quickly drops back down to a steady idle. Perfect. Your mixture is spot on. Scenario B. The engine rev-ups and just stay high. That means it was starving for air because your idle mixture is too rich. It needs to be leaned out. Scenario C. The engine instantly stumbles, coughs, or tries to die. That means you just leaned out an already starving engine. Your mixture is too lean and it needs more fuel. When you make your adjustments based on these, move in tiny quarter turns, give the engine 5 seconds to breathe before you test it again. Now, here is where things get tricky, and where a lot of guys accidentally make their engines run worse. You have to know exactly what your tool is moving inside the carb. Stromberg used two entirely different mechanical designs to achieve the exact same goal, and adjustment directions are completely inverted. Type 1. Top adjusting needle. If you are adjusting your mixture by dropping a long slot or Allen key down through the top of the oil damper tube, you are directly adjusting the needle position. Clockwise rotation, this mechanism lifts the needle upward. Because the needle moves up out of the jet, the opening gets wider, more fuel escapes, and the mixture becomes richer. Counterclockwise lowers the needle, making mixture leaner. Type 2. The bottom adjusting jet. If your carburetor equipped with an adjustable main jet, you are moving the jet, not the needle. Clockwise rotation, turning this bottom slot head screw clockwise, presses the jet upward closer to the tapered needle. To understand clockwise rotation correctly, imagine yourself face to the head of this screw from the bottom. This chokes off the fuel gap, meaning your mixture becomes leaner. Counterclockwise lowers the jet down away from the needle, making mixture richer. Keep it simple in your head. Adjusting from the top clockwise lifts the needle richer. Adjusting from the bottom clockwise lifts the jet leaner. A couple of crucial field notes before you try this at home. First, never attempt this on a cold engine or while choke lever is even slightly pulled. If the cold start circuit is open, it's dumping extra fuel into the throat. And your piston lift test will give you a completely false reading. Second, make sure your mechanical foundations are solid. If your throttle shafts are badly worn or you have a cracked intake gasket, letting unmetered air into the cylinder, you have a vacuum leak. Check brakes booster as well. You can turn these adjustment tools until your hands bleed, but you'll never get a perfect tune over a vacuum leak. Keep in mind, if you are working on a 1970s classic that was choked by strict emission laws, you might find a version with a completely pressed-in jet and a fixed non-adjustable needle. If you look at your carb and it has a non-adjustable needle and it has flat bottom plug instead of adjustable jet, you're dealing with a fixed setup. It can be adjusted by dealers' special pressing tools only, but if you have the classic adjustable units found on most vintage Volvo B18 engines, you hold the keys to a perfect tune right in your hands. That is the beauty of old school, pure mechanical engineering. You don't need a laptop, a digital scanner, or a shop full of modern gear to get a classic European engine running like a Swiss watch. You just need to understand how the air and fuel are meeting inside that venturi. Take your time, watch the direction you're turning that tool, and let the piston do the talking. Drop a comment below. Are you dealing with a top adjust or a bottom adjust Stromberg on your project car? I'll catch you in the next one on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Click the subscribe button and notifications bell so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.